Hey guys, this is Tanner Gray, also known as Topsail Tanner. Today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living on the Topsail Island. Okay, so basically guys, it's really a matter of perspective. A, how long you've lived here. Also, if you understand what we have economically here as well. Topsail Island is a vacation destination, which is basically almost become year-round vacation rentals. We have some rentals that get booked from April all the way through November, even holidays. This is a plus and minus in my opinion, because it generates a ton of money for our towns, our city, but it always seems crowded here, even in the off season. So that's a disadvantage to some people. I live personally on the island for over 14 years, owned property for 11 years on the island, and one drawback that you get on the island is maintenance on the house. Because of the salt environment, you're wrapped around in salt water, so everything rusts. That's number one. Things such as HVAC systems that normally last 20 some years will only last about 7, 8, 9 years at the most, guys. Prepare for this. A benefit of living here is you get to live here, enjoy the things that are open year-round. It used to be just the opposite, where I wouldn't see another car for the entire month of January. For me to get groceries, I'd have to go to the food line. That would only be basically the only thing open. Since then, obviously, we've expanded. One other disadvantage, if you are planning to go to one of the more popular restaurants or just a restaurant in general, if you go during peak times, during high season, don't expect to get your preferred times, and especially if you have bigger parties or families, make those reservations stuff ahead of time. One great advantage here, which I think, is we get seasonal change. And I joke, I say I moved to the south to get away from the cold. We still get snow here, guys. I mean, literally, I've got a couple of videos where I'm driving in 4 inches of snow, so it does get cold here. So don't think if you're moving, this is not Florida. Another positive or drawback, however you look at it, can be the humidity and the temperatures we get in the summertime. I mean, it can reach well over 100 degrees out on humidity, which you get 105, 110. I like the heat. I much prefer it than being cold, so that's a positive for me. The biggest draw for me is this is a Sportsman's Paradise. And what I mean by that is, obviously you see in the background for me, the beach and the sound where there's fishing year-round. You can fish year-round here. You can bring your boat down. There's 2 public boat ramps, lots of parking. Another thing is we have recreational golf courses nearby. We have that. We also have about 158,000 continuous game lands that run if you're a hunter. But it's fantastic that it's only 15 minutes away from Topsail Island. A drawback, you're not gonna find your super high-end stuff like if you're used to city life. Like what I mean by that is true steakhouses. Now there are a few restaurants on the island that cater to that, but it isn't quite up to the standards, most of them I should say, not all, but aren't up to the standards of big city life. So if you're looking for that atmosphere, don't even bother coming here. An advantage for here as well is this is one of the more family-friendly oriented places that I've ever been to. One con you'll have is when we do have the abundance of people on the island. I'm one of these people, are day trippers. Day trippers are the ones that create all the traffic when we leave the island. Like for example, everybody knows this, when it's about to rain, everybody gets in the car at the same time, and then they just sit there and say, I can't believe how many tourists are here. They're not the ones causing the problem, we are. I'm one of them. To me, that's a disadvantage. Here's another advantage, in my opinion. We no longer have swing bridges, which somebody discussed a year ago, said we had 2 drawbridges here. We've never had a drawbridge here, ever. That's number one. But number 2, the swing bridges were replaced, and there weren't 2, there was only 1, and that was in Surf City. And that got replaced about 5 years ago, 5, 6 years. And to me, it's an advantage. And people say, how can you say that? Because the roundabout is so slow. I say, well, are you always moving? And they say, yes. I can remember getting stuck behind the swing bridge when it would open, either for regular traffic on the hour, and then a commercial boat would come through, they would automatically have to open. Traffic would be backed up for 45 minutes, and people don't understand. I mean, I'm not talking about traffic where I'm inching along. I'm talking about stop for 45 minutes. So to me, that's an advantage that we've actually have some progression and that bridge is there. Plus, it's a fantastic place to take a walk in the morning, catch a sunrise, check out. It gives you a wonderful perspective of the island, both north and south. It gives you a really good perspective that way. It is expensive, but yet this is still a value beach when you consider other beaches. Just to the south of us, the first island that's there, Figure 8 Island. Look it up, it's private. You can't even get across it. Those are 10 $1 million houses. So, you know, you buy a house here, if it was over there, you're spending 5 times as much. So we are still a value beach here, guys. I know you don't like to think so, but we are. A lot of people like to say it's a negative that we get hurricanes. I actually don't mind them. In my opinion, at least you can see those coming. I would hate to live in a place like Kansas where all of a sudden I hear a horn going off or a tornado's coming. I mean, to me, I'd much rather be prepared and have something that I can prepare for versus something that just happens, or like an earthquake or something else. Also, we have 2 fantastic airports in Wilmington and Jacksonville, which are 30 minutes away. There's an abundance now of new boutique shops where you can find special gifts. There's artists that have become, you know, popular here. There's people that can take you on tours. I'm a licensed captain as well. I can do the same thing. You just need to find the right people that aren't going to be negative in a way that say, you know, well, you're a tourist, you know, because I hate to say this, everybody, for the most part, was a tourist here at one time in their life. A friend of mine once said to me, we get tired of people and they always try to out-topsail you. I think it's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Guys, this is really a special place in my heart. I love Topsail Island. I'm not upset with it all, the growth or what's happening, because it's going to happen no matter what. So you might as well embrace it, enjoy it, help people along the way. Remember, you were once there as well, so don't forget that. I'm here to help as a resource. If you need anything, please, my number's right here. And you can also shoot me an email right here. And if you need anything, I'm happy to answer any questions. My name's Tanner Gray, also known as Topsail Tanner, and we'll catch you on the next one. And this is my island.